not wanting to go with his friends and his sister too.
Yeah.
We had to get after him about that.
Yeah.
But I have the last say. I had the last,
Kaboom.
Yep. Pretty much, yeah.
Have you had to have the last say recently?
Every day.
I think that's both of us a little bit, ain't it?
You do this often?
I don't.
You don't do this often?
I wish I did.
Really?
Yeah.
You need to do it more often, probably.
Yeah.
Probably some interesting stories.
Well, yeah, that's what I love about these conversations is I could go to any house in the world
Yeah.
and talk to somebody,
Right, yeah.
and they would have, a story to tell, a story about a mom and about a pa and about a grandma and about the funeral business and about part-time work. And if I raised my kids any differently, I might have done this. And it's like a fingerprint.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We have a little history here, too. My dad, right over here, they call it the pie burn.
The pie burn?
That's what they call it.
Okay.
It's a sportsman's club, but anyway.
Kathy. You guys, Kathy on the phone.
But anyway, they call it that. My dad, he was raised over in there, down in there, really in a rock house. If you believe that or not, a few people did live down in there.
Wow.
And they would come out once a month. They would tell me that to get their food and stuff at the Flurries and Son Grocery up here and go back.
This was a mining county.
Yeah.
I guess, is that why it's called Coalmont, Altamont?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This,
my dad worked for mine's 23 years.
Say that again?
My dad worked in there 23 years for Tennessee Consolidated Coal Company. Yeah, out there at Palmer. But he worked out there a long, long time.
Have you been to the Tracy Museum up there?
I have not.
You need to go in there.
It's right there in Tracy, right there at the,
I know there's a theater right there. Is that where the museum is? The Alma Mater Theater?
No,
right
it's,
here on the curve.
well, it's kind of hard to explain.
It ain't that hard. Right there where the mini park, where the mini park in Tracy there is?
I don't.
Pretty hard to explain if you don't know where it's at.
Which way did you
Well, I'll find it. It's
Did you come
can't
in by
be.
the high school, or did you come in by the high school?
I came.
You know where Streets is at, don't you?
I do.
Okay. All right, go to the red light, the second red light, like you're going to Living Water Church.
Yep.
All right, make a right there.
As
Soon as you go over the hill,
I'll be right back.
Okay. Thanks, Mom.
you'll see
Go to a police station on the hill.
Yeah.
Citizens Tri-County Bank.
Okay.
It's in the same building, Citizens Tri-County Bank is. It's right beside it.
Have you ever wanted to live anywhere else?
No, not really. I'd like to live in Alaska
Why?
because I like cold weather. I love the cold weather.
What about the cold? It's just like hiking around in the snow.
No, you can put a bunch of clothes on, but you can only take so many off without getting arrested. I don't like the heat.
Well, what about, is there any place you want to travel?
No, not really. If I did, I'd probably end up right back here. The only place I can call home is right here, where my roots are at, you know. You know, mostly all my family live here. I've got some kinfolk that live up north. You know, got some cousins and stuff live up there. My dad's brother's kids, they live up there. I guess that's where their roots are at. You know.
Well, what about hopes and dreams? If you're living near your roots, you know, and you look out at next week or next month or next year or next whatever, what are your dreams?
To raise my kids right, and you know, and hopefully, and pray to God that they turn out, you know, right, you know, and not on drugs or strung out on heroin or because that's a bad thing, you know. I mean, I've seen it destroy so many people, you know, just awful. Just try to steer them the right way, you know.
Well, Melanie, I was just asking Brian about his dreams. And he was talking about raising his kids. What are your dreams?
Oh, my dreams. Well, my son is fixing to be graduating this coming year, and I'm hoping that he goes to college. He's wanting to be into still my husband's in diesel mechanic work, but I'm hoping he gets his future.
Yeah, we covered that already.
Okay, I'm hoping that for him, and I'm hoping my daughter, she maybe just want to go into the nursing field. She don't know yet, veterinary maybe, but I'm just hoping their future's good. And we live long enough to see maybe even grandbabies, maybe at some point.
Oh my goodness!
But
is that possible, Corbin? Grandbabies?
He has a little girlfriend. He's been going with a year now, so he's a little serious with her. But I just hope a bright future, and I hope my mom and dad, they got a little bit of health issues, but I hope they're around to see even maybe grandkids. But they're not here for a long time, so. But anyway, I guess that's my wish. I guess.
Well, so maybe the last question for you, Brian. You mentioned the cemetery where you've got Parson, or I don't know what the names are, but it's your family.
That's his dad, his grandparents,
cousins, and the whole clan.
Yeah.
When it's time for Brian to move on, what do you want people to remember about you?
That I was fair. Try to treat people, fair.
You think you do a pretty good job with that?
That's the eye of the beholder, I guess.
I'm not going to ask Melanie.
Appreciate it.
Well, so when you walk, do you walk down that line, that Parsons line in the cemetery? Ever?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
He used to bury. You tell about burying people. He used to do that for a living. Yeah.
So, did you used to work at that cemetery?
He's had part of burying some of his family and my family. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's what he used to do.
I've buried a lot of people.
I've
put them in the ground. I mean, I would go and I'd make the vaults, the burial vaults. We had molds and stuff. We made them, and then we'd paint them or whatever color, and I would go load it on the truck, go and set it up. And I would actually put them on the lower vise and put them in the vault, put the lid on them, and lower them in the ground. Then put dirt on them.
He actually buried his daddy.
Oh, you buried your dad?
Yeah. Buried my best friend.
Yeah, my cousin. We had a young cousin, 24-year-old, get killed in the 18-wheeler, first day on the job. Buried him too.
I buried him.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, tell me what that was like.
You got to treat it as a job. I mean, if it gets emotional, you need to back off a little bit.
He's been emotional a few times. He's had to bury some little kids, and stuff. And he said that's really hard. Mm-hmm. Knowing some drowned, just some, passed away with disease or whatever. But that's the hardest thing. You say that. And very little ones.
Buried was
You say the last one?
I said the hardest one I ever buried was a 5-year-old that they starved to death.
I guess, I don't know.
A lot of people didn't even know they had a kid, and they locked him in a closet. Locked it in a closet, and they put food and water in there with it, and then go and do their thing, and a lot of people didn't even know they had a kid, and then they starved it to death. That was the hardest one.
And was the cemetery business or the funeral business, was that the job that you had before the work you're doing now at the cemetery?
Yeah.
Wow. What's the name of that cemetery again where your family is?
Palmer Cemetery.
Palmer. So it's the main cemetery in Palmer.
Yeah.
Wow. And do you all have plots there?
No, we don't have none. I've thought about that, but Brian, he don't really want to talk much about it. I think he thinks that's a little morbid.
That probably is. So maybe I won't ask you about that.
I don't think I want to know where I'm going to be laying.
I have spoke to him about where, if he was passed before me, if he wants to be out there, and I'd like to be at Clouds Hill where my family's at, the Clouds Hill Cemetery.
I'm going to be wherever she puts me.
But he said it don't matter, so.
I don't think I'm going to have no choice.
You're expecting to go first, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
you know,